Hi everyone, my name is Thomas. I'm a German living and working in the Philippines. I run a business called Coffee Culture Roastery in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental. So I'm a roaster, I'm a coffee buyer, I'm one of the people that tries to help the farmers to improve quality and to get better coffee. And next to me is my friend Teddy.
Hello, good morning everyone. I'm Teddy, a friend of Thomas. I am actually a coffee farmer. At the same time, I'm a member of the board of director of our organization called Minoyan Murcia Marginal Coffee Growers Association here in Barangay Minoyan, Murcia. So I know Thomas several years ago when we started.
When my hair wasn't gray, yeah. Teddy is one of the farmers that I work with when it comes to improving quality, promoting coffee from Negros. Just like the Philippines, the island of Negros, I would say probably 95% or even more of coffee that is being grown in Negros is Robusta. But we also have a few other varieties, and that's also the beauty of the farm that Teddy owns. He has a little bit of Excelsa and he has a little bit of Barako, which makes it very interesting for me to play with different coffee varieties and to explore the potential for it. The other reason why I like to work with Teddy is I'd like to be very transparent in the way I source coffee, the way I market the coffee, the story that I want to tell about the coffee. Teddy has been a very interested farmer in changing things. Growing coffee essentially, or traditionally in Negros, is just waiting for the fruits to ripe, and then farmers will come and pick it all at once. They strip harvest the red cherries and the green and the yellow ones. So it's just a hodgepodge of cherries, subsequently different qualities. At the same time, mostly farmers grow and process coffees by drying it on the roadside, sometimes directly on the soil. So this coffee, which is usually called native coffee, really doesn't show the true potential of coffee. And as a slow food advocate, we want to have clean, safe and fair coffee. So safe means it should be free from contaminants. There should be no toxins in it. There should be not something in it that is not coffee. It should be safe to consume. It should be enjoyable to consume. And what is, I think, really important is the prices should be fair for everyone. For Teddy as a farmer, and for me as a buyer, of course, because I need to sell. I need to sell the product at the end of the day. And I really think that with the help of Teddy, I was able to show that the true nature of coffee coming from Negros. Some people say it's just Robusta, so it's just bitter. But it's only like that because the quality has been really bad and people add tons of sugar and milk to it to make it enjoyable. But good coffee doesn't really need that. You can only evaluate coffee when it's pure. Coffee is a fruit, so if it's ripe, it has a certain amount of sugars, which we like as roasters because we can actually work with this. We can caramelize it and we can make it into a really nice, sweet, beautiful product. And I don't know, how was your experience there? Because I came in here and bugging you, doing all this kind of stuff and not knowing where we're headed.
Yeah, engaging with you guys, with Sir Thomas, it's actually a very turning point for us as coffee farmer here in Murcia. Because Murcia, in this area, within Mountain Law Natural Park, is really a lot of coffee trees here. Years ago, it was an experience of the farmers here that they practice traditional harvesting methods of getting coffee fruits. Also, when it comes to pricing, it depends what the buyers in Bacolod offers of the farmers produce. And after you arrive here and starting with our partnership, telling us the best thing to do with our coffee, giving us inputs, technical inputs from the maintenance of coffee up to the harvesting, the processing, up to the sorting of coffee. It was really a very important to us. We learned a lot from you guys. Also, I hope that this personal experience of mine, I can also share with other farmers, the members of our organization. Traditional practice of coffee harvesting and processing versus this new introduced by you has really a big difference in terms of quality of coffee and of course the pricing.
I think it's of course it's a matter of fairness, but if you don't generate enough income through your economic activities, in this case coffee farming, how will you save up money to reinvest? How will you expand maybe your production? If farmers get disillusioned and it's not worth their while, there might not be enough reason to grow coffee, which is exactly what I also need. Of course, I could bring in coffee from elsewhere, but I mean, I'm grounded here. I'm based here, and Negros has and Negros coffee has so much potential that I think there is pride to it, and I think people should develop that much more, because our product can easily compete with definitely other robustas in the Philippines and also coming from Vietnam or Indonesia. So I think it's something that gives identity to a product, to a place, and to the people, and maybe also purpose.
I started planting coffee just because my mother's before, when I grew up, I used to 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning, I smell the native coffee, the aroma of native coffee that would arouse us and make us alive. That's my idea before. My mother, it was the legacy of my mother, and I have this parcel of land. What do I do this? I have to plant coffee. And then this guy arrived and Teddy telling me, Teddy, you have to start, I think, talking about coffee. But before that, I have planted already coconut trees. I have rambutan here. I have lanzones here. One day, this small parcel of land become congested of land. It's easy to cut the unproductive one. That's my principle before. Then it was all of a sudden that Tom, okay, there's a money in coffee, and I proved to that. I know na right now I can tell anybody that there's money in coffee.
We will see where it takes us, but I think we're off to a very solid start. I think, as far as I'm concerned, with Teddy's product, I was able to generate interest in coffee from Negros, which is not the standard native coffee, but an elevated product. And our product is called Negros Blend, so it's a blend of Teddy's Robusta and some Arabica in it. But people love it.
We can make more money on coffee if we do right thing in coffee processing. That's my advocacy right now. But I am telling to them, our ultimate goal is to produce all our produce become the grade 1 coffee that we can sell to
at least you increase the portion of quality. There will always be out of every harvest there will always be undergrades, there will be lower grades, which is fine, but if as long as you know and you very consciously work towards improving the quality segment of your harvest, so you can just make more income. We are at the foothills of Mount Canlaon, so this is a quite slopey area, unlike the plains that is usually grown to sugarcane. So we can call this an agroforestry system essentially. So we have multi-story crops. I think you have some gabi, you have batuan, you have tall fruit trees, you have ipil-ipil. So I think it's also a very good way of of protecting the soil. In as much as coffee culture, the business that I set up, wants to bridge the producers with the consumers and tells the story and the culture of coffee. I think slow food, in its various aspects and products, and coffee is one of it, equally can tell that kind of story. And we need people like you and your organization that becomes part of it, and subsequently educate also the younger generation to follow a more healthy, fair, clean lifestyle. I am Thomas from Coffee Culture Roastery in Bacolod, Negros, Philippines.
Hi, I'm Teddy Canete. I am a coffee farmer. I am proud to be a part of Terra Madre 2020.
I'm proud to be a part of Terra Madre 2020. Our food, our planet, our future.